Guys, I am literally shaking right now. I cannot even begin to process the sheer amount of trauma, drama, and absolute heartbreak that is currently unfolding in Fairmont Crest. If you have been watching the aftermath of this devastating tornado, you know exactly what I am talking about. We are watching our favorite characters get pushed to the absolute brink of human endurance, and my heart is completely shattered into a million pieces for Eva Thomas. We all saw her in that dark, terrifying stairwell, unconscious, coughing up blood with Cat crying over her. And now we find out she has severe internal bleeding, a damaged liver, and she desperately needs a living donor transplant to survive. Time is running out. And what is happening with the potential donors? It is an absolute disaster class in family dysfunction. Ted is ruled out. Leslie, who is literally crying her eyes out and apologizing to her unconscious daughter for all her past cruelty, is ruled out. Andre is ruled out because of his medication. Martin and Smitty are ruled out. And Kat? Do not even get me started on Princess Cat right now. I know she has trauma. I know Eva has done some messed up things in the past, like sleeping with her boyfriend and the whole murder attempt situation. But your sister is dying, Kat. Isaiah was completely right to call her out in the hospital stairwell. She is acting like a total hypocrite, playing the Miss Righteous card while refusing to save a life. I am so frustrated with her, but honestly, Kat's refusal is setting up a storyline that is about to blow the roof off this entire show. Because Kat is refusing to step up, the spoilers for the end of the week say that the Hawthornes come together for one of their own. Wait a minute. Pause the video right now. Did you hear that? The Hawthornes. They're talking about Eva. Eva is the loved one. Even though she is not a Hawthorne by blood, Isaiah has completely claimed her as his own, and he is bringing his family into this fight. I am literally screaming at my screen because Isaiah Hawthorne is proving to be the absolute ultimate boyfriend. This man is not giving up on the woman he loves, no matter what anyone else says. But guys, we have to talk about the massive elephant in the room, Darlene Hawthorne. Darlene has been an absolute nightmare when it comes to Eva. She has flat out refused to accept Eva as Isaiah's girlfriend. And why? Because of Leslie. Darlene is projecting all of her intense hatred and disgust for Leslie Thomas right onto Eva. And look, I get it. We all hate Leslie. Leslie is toxic, she is manipulative, and she literally threatened Darlene at the police station in front of Detective Malone. But Eva is not her mother. It is so unbelievably unfair of Darlene to judge Eva based on Leslie's toxic track record. Naomi tried to be the voice of reason here. Naomi actually sat down and gave Darlene an objective, rational view of the situation, trying to make her see that Eva is her own person. But did Darlene listen? Of course not. This is causing a massive, explosive rift between Isaiah and his mother. Isaiah is standing 10 toes down for his girl. He has made it crystal clear that he is not giving up on Eva just because his mother has a vendetta against Leslie. He believes in his heart that Eva is a good girl, he loves her deeply, and he literally does not care how anyone else judges her. Can we get a round of applause for Isaiah? That is how a real man stands up for his partner. He does not want Darlene forcing these negative, toxic viewpoints onto Eva just because Leslie happens to be her mother. And now, with Eva lying in a hospital bed, hooked up to a ventilator, fighting for her life, Isaiah is desperate. He is hoping and praying he can do something to save her. So, what is his next move? Is Isaiah going to be the one to donate his liver to Eva? I would absolutely love to see that. What a beautiful, selfless act of true love that would be. But realistically, the medical compatibility odds are tough. If Isaiah is not a match, what does he do? He is going to rally the troops. He is going to call on his family, the Hawthornes, to get tested to find a matching donor for Eva. I am 100% supporting this idea. It is a beautiful, noble act to save a life, and it proves that family is about love and loyalty, not just blood. But Hold on to your seats, guys, because this is where the storyline is about to take a dark, twisted, and incredibly emotional turn. If Isaiah is asking the Hawthornes to get tested, that means he is going to ask Jacob, Elon, Darlene, and Naomi. Yes, Naomi Hawthorne. She is part of the family now. She is Jacob's wife. She should absolutely step up and do this noble deed, right? Wrong. Guys, I am calling it right now, and my stomach is literally in knots just thinking about it. Naomi is going to refuse. Before you start typing in the comments and attacking Naomi, we have to remember the deepest, darkest secret that Naomi is currently hiding from everyone. Do you remember the BRCA gene storyline? Danny Dupree, Naomi's mother, tested positive for the BRCA gene mutation, which drastically increases the risk of breast and ovarian cancer. And guess what? Naomi has that gene too. This is her absolute biggest, most terrifying personal secret. She has not told Jacob. She has not told anyone in the Hawthorne family. She has been carrying this massive, heavy psychological burden entirely on her own shoulders. Can you even imagine the sheer panic coursing through Naomi's veins right now? This liver donation situation is pushing her into an impossible, agonizing corner. If she agrees to go to Garland Memorial and undergo the extensive medical testing, blood work, and genetic screening required to be an organ donor, her medical records are going to be exposed. The doctors will see the BRCA gene. The secret will come out, and her entire world will be turned upside down. Furthermore, having the BRCA gene and the potential future surgeries or treatments she might need could medically disqualify her from being a donor anyway. But how does she explain that to Isaiah? How does she look her brother-in-law in the eye as a man who is sobbing, desperate, and begging for someone to save the love of his life and say, "No, I will not get tested"? It is going to look so bad. She is going to look incredibly selfish. Everyone is going to suspect that she is just being cruel, or that she agrees with Darlene's toxic judgment of Ava. This is the ultimate soap opera dilemma, and I am literally losing my mind over the writing here. Naomi is trapped. If she tells the truth, she exposes her terrifying medical secret to a husband who is already completely traumatized. Let's not forget what Jacob is going through right now. Jacob is battling severe PTSD. He is drowning in survivor's guilt over Derek Baldwin taking a bullet for him at the plasma ring warehouse. Jacob is barely holding it together, obsessing over catching the impaler. Naomi knows her husband is on the edge of a mental breakdown. The absolute last thing she wants to do is drop a massive medical bombshell on him and tell him that she carries a genetic mutation that could lead to cancer. She is trying to protect Jacob. She is trying to protect her marriage. But by keeping this secret, she is going to look like the villain in Isaiah's eyes. Isaiah is already fighting a war against his own mother. He is already dealing with Kat's selfish refusal. If Naomi also refuses, Isaiah is going to feel completely abandoned by his family. The betrayal he will feel is going to be astronomical. Why won't you save her, Naomi? Why do you hate her? I can already hear the screaming matches in the Hawthorne living room. I can already see the tears. And what about Darlene? Darlene might refuse to get tested simply out of pure spite and hatred for Leslie. Darlene's refusal will be malicious. But Naomi's refusal will be born out of deep, paralyzing medical fear. Yet, from the outside looking in, they will both just look like they are turning their backs on a dying girl. The contrast between Darlene's petty cruelty and Naomi's silent agony is going to be cinematic gold, but it is going to tear this family to shreds. Will Naomi finally break down and confess the truth? Will the guilt of watching Eva die force her to reveal the BRCA gene secret to Jacob and the rest of the family? Or will she stand her ground, swallow the unfair judgments, and let everyone think she is a heartless monster just to keep her medical status hidden? I honestly do not know what I would do in her shoes. It is a completely devastating scenario. You want to save a life, but you are terrified of your own mortality and the impact it will have on your traumatized husband. Guys, I am so emotionally invested in this. Isaiah deserves the world. Eva deserves to live. and Naomi deserves to be able to process her medical trauma on her own timeline without being forced to out herself. The writers of Beyond the Gates are absolutely cooking right now, and I am eating up every single second of it. What do you guys think? Is Isaiah going to be the match? Will Darlene actually step up just to prove she is a better person than Leslie? And what about Naomi? Do you think Naomi should just bite the bullet, tell Jacob about the BRCA gene and get tested? Or is she justified in keeping her secret to protect her husband's fragile mental state? I need to hear all of your theories right now. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know whose side you are on. And do not forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss an update on this insane Fairmont Crest drama. I love you guys so much. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.